Tiffany Higgins here. I am live for my Tuesday calls. We do go live every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Central Time. And I am an open book. I'm here to answer any questions you have about becoming an entrepreneur, working from home, having a flexible schedule, getting to decide what you want to do each day, how much time you want to spend with your kids, what you want to do with your kids, what you want to do with your life, learning how to have options. And I help people do that by showing them how to have a virtual bookkeeping business that they can run on a flexible schedule, making a minimum of $100 an hour or more, even if they have no prior experience or certifications in the bookkeeping field. And we have a ton of success stories that I shared a lot on last week's call, and I will love to share again. Several students have actually retired their husbands already this year. Super, super excited. So if you're watching, please say hi. Let me know you're here. And let's see, if you guys want to click this link, I'll try to put it in the chat here. If you can click that link and register with Restream, then I'll be able to see who I'm talking to, which would be fantastic. If you are watching, just say hi. I would love to be able to address you and know exactly who I'm talking to and who's here. And let's see, I'm gonna pull up this too so I can just see if anyone comments. A lot of you are already in my Facebook group, so I can see you if you're in there. Shauna, hello. Hey, Tiffany Taylor. Hey, Reg. Hey, Nicole. If you are not in my Facebook group and you're watching this right now, you should definitely hop on over and join our Facebook group. It is called Have Your Cake and Eat It Too. And that is the motto of our company. I'll drop that link in here too. And basically what that means is we want parents to get to experience the best of both worlds, to be able to have their cake and eat it too, to be able to have a career that they've worked hard for and have a professional life that they want and build wealth for their family and not have to penny pinch or live paycheck to paycheck, but also at the same time, getting to be the exact kind of parent that you always grew up dreaming about being. So you don't have to choose between those two things. You don't have to choose one or the other. And the cool thing about learning how to have a bookkeeping business is that you can grow it as big or keep it as small as you choose to. And that's one of the things I'm going to talk about today is the number one most profitable type of business that you can run is, spoiler alert, a bookkeeping business. And I'm going to share an article with you guys in a second. This is just another article that I ran across, and I've seen these time and time again. And you can Google yourself as well and type in the most successful service-based business or the most profitable service-based business. You can definitely type that in and you will find tons of articles explaining to you that the bookkeeping or an accounting business is the top of all the businesses that you can run, that is going to be the most profitable, which is why I'm so passionate about sharing it with everyone, because not only is it a skill that you can very easily and quickly learn, but it's so high paying because it's such a service that is in such high demand and has so much high value attached to it that it's very easy to make over $100 an hour doing bookkeeping work if you structure your business and your packages correctly. So that's what we're here to talk about today. And if you have questions, though, I normally keep these lives are usually an hour. Today, I have to cut it short. So I only have 30 minutes. So if you have questions, please post them in the comments so that I can make sure and I answer your question before this ends, because I would love to answer anything you have. And I love to make these lives really interactive. So if you are here and you have a specific question, please don't hold back. Let me know. And I see you're joining, Carrie. Hey, good to see you, Carrie. Hopefully you got access to your course that you enrolled in. Okay, so, and let me know if you have any questions or what you think about it. So I'm going to share my screen real quick. I just want to show you guys, this is an article I just happened to come across. I don't even know where I saw it. I was just Googling or something. And it said the 5 most successful types of small businesses. And if you scroll down, it talks about like choosing the industry. And it says the 5 most profitable industries. And look what is up at the top. accounting, tax prep, and bookkeeping services. So it's really, really awesome. And one thing that you guys need to think about when you're thinking about starting up a business or starting a bookkeeping business is profit is actually the money that you get to take home, that you get to keep. So we're not just about like growing a business that has a ton of overhead and a ton of expenses. We want you to actually have a business that you can take out, 80, 90% of the money that you earn. That's the whole point of showing everyone how to have a bookkeeping business, not just so you can be an entrepreneur, but so that you can actually keep that money, as much of it as possible. So there's a lot of different businesses that you can start out there that you'll be working hard. Like I know a lot of people talk about, well, I've tried this business in the past and this business, and I'm selling, leggings or Mary Kay or whatever it is, Discovery Toys. I've tried all of that in the past too. And the problem with those things is that you constantly have to hustle for new customers, and your overall profit margin is not very large because you actually have to pay for that product. So you're actually keeping a very small percentage of everything that you sell. Whereas a bookkeeping business is completely the opposite of that. So not only do you not have to hustle month over month over month to get new clients, because once you get a client, they stay with you month to month to month to month and forever. You don't constantly have to be looking for new clients. If you're happy where you are, you get to and if you do, you just get to build on that revenue. It's not some revenue or profit that needs to be replaced every month. You just get to build on it. So even if you don't like marketing or sales or anything like that, once you get a handful of clients, you can actually stop doing all of that if you want and just focus on the clients that you have and keeping that reoccurring revenue going. And you'll start to get referrals from your existing clients to increase your revenue as well. So that's one thing that's really awesome, that's different from like selling a product. But then the other part is the actual profit margin that you get to take home. So if you sell a $100 product, probably $40 of that, $50 of that is going to go to actually paying for the product. I know when I sold Mary Kay, 50% went right back to the company to cover the cost of the product. So immediately you're already having a 50% profit. And then if there's any other fees associated with that, like credit card processing fees or shipping fees or anything like that, may come out of that profit as well. So your profit margin would be a lot lower. But with a bookkeeping business, you have very, very, very low overhead and nothing that's going to take away a chunk of your revenue from your clients. So it makes it incredibly, incredibly profitable to have a bookkeeping business, and very easy for you to replace your current corporate salary if that's something that you are wanting to do. And while I'm on that subject, if you go to our website, stayatHomeBookkeeper.com, I'll put this in the chats as well. If you go to our website, you can scroll down. Partway through, we have this awesome calculator, okay? So if you are working a corporate job right now, you aren't at your financial goals, and you want to make more money, but you want more flexibility. You don't want to keep working more hours or working for somebody else and let somebody else get rich while they're living your dream life and you're just helping support them. If you want this calculator here can tell you exactly how many clients that you need to just start from square one, replacing that corporate salary or covering your monthly expenses. So you can decide what that number is, plug it into this calculator. Then it's going to tell you how many clients that you need to actually replace that and meet that goal. So it'll show you on here exactly what you need, which is really awesome, because then you have an idea of how much legwork am I going to have to do in the beginning to get this off the ground. I think you're going to be surprised at how little that is. So I'll show you here in a second. But then the bottom part down here is going to show you how many hours it's going to take you to do that work. So the low range is what it is after you've had the client for a couple of months and you're in a rhythm, in a routine. The high range is usually what it is for clients that you are just onboarding. So it takes a little bit longer in the beginning when you're getting used to them, when you're getting them caught up. So the low range, though, is what it is once you've got them onboarded, which usually happens within a month or two. You get down into a system, and definitely by the third month, you're going to be in the low range for your clients as far as completing their bookkeeping work. So let's say that right now you make like $60,000 a year working, which means you probably don't bring home $5,000 a month after taxes and everything. But let's just go ahead and say that you need $5,000 a month to cover all your bills and feel comfortable quitting your corporate job. So in order to make $5,000 a month, you only need 10 clients. And to put that into perspective, there is like 22 million businesses in the US alone that all need bookkeeping. And the majority of businesses are small businesses that need bookkeepers like us. So you only need 10 of them. 10. I bet you if you tried hard enough, even if you didn't grow up around a lot of business owners, I bet you could think of 10 people that you know in your circle right now that are business owners. So it wouldn't be too terribly hard for you to find 10 people that need bookkeeping services, right? So when you first get these 10 clients, and they'll filter in at different times, but at first it'll take you about, let's say they all come in the same week. It'll take you about 16, 17 hours a week to complete their books, to complete their bookkeeping. Once you get them all situated and onboarded and you have a system and a game plan, which we show you how to do in our academy, it will likely take you 10 hours a week or less to do the work for this client, and even less as you get more and more efficient. You understand the client's spending habits and their financials. So I don't know about you, but if you are making a salary of $60,000 or you're bringing home $5,000 a month and you're working more than 10 hours a week, look how different your life could be if you have a bookkeeping business. So feel free to go on to our website too if you want to play around with this calculator and figure out what it would be for your family. But it's really, really life-changing. It's been incredibly life-changing for myself, but all of our students in the academy, how much more freedom and time that they have available to their families. And, one thing we also didn't discuss here is if you're actually leaving the house and going to a corporate job, take into the consideration every minute that you're not there and then break it down. What's your real hourly rate? So if you make like $60,000 a year, but you're really gone, 10, 11 hours a day? So 60,000 a year, but 52 weeks. But let's say, actually, let's do it by days. Well, 52, we'll do by weeks, 52 weeks. And let's say if you're really gone from the house, like just make it easy, 10 hours a day, that's 50 hours a week. So I did not calculate that correctly. 60,000 divided by 52 weeks divided by 50 hours a week. So you're making $23 an hour if you make $60,000 a year. So huge difference in your life. You can either quadruple your pay if you still want to work full time, or you can cut back 4 times. You get like 4 times as much time back. So really, really exciting there. And you guys can come to the website and play around. If you want to hear a little bit more about like what your life would be like and see what the transition's like for me, I highlight all of this in my ebook, which you can also grab on the website. And it basically explains the entire journey, like what our life was like before we started, and then what happened when I why did I decide to start my bookkeeping business? And then what that looked like over the 4 years that I had my bookkeeping business, how little things changed in our lives and made drastic and huge outcomes for us, like getting to buy a house that had a pool and a tennis court in the backyard, which was like mind-blowing. So, and of course, it's now since opened so many doors for me that I've been able to do, this program and change the lives of so many other moms and dads in our group as well. So very, very super exciting stuff. So if you want to grab a copy of the ebook and get details on exactly what that was like, go to our website and do that as well. And then also, here is a video that I did last week. I want to put this in the chats for you guys too. If you go into our Facebook group and click on that, you can actually watch the live I did last week where I shared a ton of student success stories. It's not on our website yet, so you actually have to go to that link, but you will love it. You will love to watch that. And then we also have most of our replays are listed on our website. It's kind of freezing up right now, but they're there. So I'm going to check and see. I've got lots of questions here. This is exciting. Let's see. Thank you so much. Tiffany Ware is our community manager here in the Have Your Cake and Eat It Too Facebook group. And she's tagged some of you that are having discovery calls with our team this week, which is so exciting for you. So if you have questions, please post them here and I will answer them. Let's see. Oh, Kim says, where do you find the calculator yet? Yeah, it's like on our website and you got to kind of scroll down to the bottom. Let's see. What other questions do we have? April says, does the Academy teach American or Canadian accounting laws? So we teach both. Our program is primarily built around US, but we have a lot of Canadian students and a Canada coach in there as well that has lots of experience working with Canadian accounting laws. So we do have a designated Canada coach and we have designated Canada Zoom calls that you can go to as well. So we will definitely, April, be able to help you understand the differences between the stuff in our course and Canada laws. So feel free to book a call with us or let me know if you have more questions on that. Very great question. Let's see, what do we have here? This question, will bookkeepers need any kind of certification in the near future, like a bachelor's degree in accounting? No, you don't need any kind of certifications or degrees or anything like that to become a virtual bookkeeper. There are two exceptions to that. I believe it's New Zealand and Australia. They have different requirements for bookkeepers, but in Canada, in the UK, and in the US, there are no requirements for bookkeepers. So you're going to learn everything that you need to know in our program. We have the Bookkeeper Academy is 12 months long. You can look at our website. We have a whole list of all of the features, everything you get in there. But really, the one thing that you need to know is that we hold your hand from client number one or pre-client number one all the way till the end of the 12 months, hoping that you reach your goals or at least make $100,000 a year or more, depending on what your goals are. And we lock arms with you and help you through the entire process. So if you do feel like you want to get any kind of certification, you can take the QuickBooks Pro Advisor test so that you can say you're a QuickBooks Pro Advisor. We probably, I'd say, maybe 30% of our students do that because they like to have that certification as a confidence booster, but it is not necessary. It doesn't have anything to really do with having a bookkeeping business, but it's something that you can do if you feel like you want some type of certification. A lot of my students have been incredibly successful without even going through that hassle. It's a free certification that you can do. We usually recommend that people, if they want to do it, they do it after they join the academy, just because you can waste a lot of time on it. And we can give you tips on how to get through it faster and not stress about it. So, but I don't see that changing anytime in the near future. Let's see. This question I've gotten on discovery calls lately is how you know if this is the right path for you. Okay. I think your question was, how do you know if this is the right path for you? And definitely getting on a free strategy call with us, we can kind of go over everything with you and help you determine if this is going to be what your family needs as the key to your success and the key to living your ideal lifestyle. We'll tell you the pros and cons of having a bookkeeping business and if it aligns with your personality, your lifestyle, your goals, all that kind of stuff. So if you want to book a free strategy call with us, that's the best way to really dive in personally. It's a one-on-one call with my team, and they'll let you know, what they think. And if they do think that this is the right path for you, we have 3 different options that you can go down. So we will suggest that for you guys as well. So that way, you know exactly which program is going to be the most beneficial based on you and your goals. So great question. Let's see. Great to see you, Lydia. I'm so excited. I heard that you quit your corporate job. That is exciting. Let's see. Okay. Tracy says, if I started with the DIY course and are now considering the academy, is there an option for payments or broken down amounts instead of the entire amount at once? So we do have some options as far as like payment plans, financing, funding, that kind of stuff. So if you want to go ahead and book a call, I believe it was Tracy that I'm talking to. Tracy, yes. If you want to go ahead and book a call with our team, I'll put the link to book a call in here, but it's also on our website at the very bottom. And if you want to book a discovery call, we will definitely talk about the different payment options, and then that way you know what your options are going to be as far as like upgrading from the do-it-yourself course to the Bookkeeper Academy. You guys are asking great questions. I still got 10 more minutes, so I can hammer through a whole bunch more if you guys keep giving me questions. Let's see, what's next? Tiffany Ware, she is our community manager, and she wanted me to answer this question. How do you decide on what services you offer as a bookkeeper? That's a great question. So when you enroll in our academy, we can help you no matter what a client comes and asks you to do. And that's the beauty of the academy. You don't have to turn a client away, even if you don't know how to do something yet. So that's really cool. And we help you decide exactly what services that you want to offer. But really, basic bookkeeping services, which is 80% data entry, plugging in the transactions into the QuickBooks software, 20% putting the financial statements together and knowing exactly how to categorize these transactions. That's what you're going to be doing. And that's just basic bookkeeping, giving them financials every month that they can go to their tax expert and do tax planning, file their tax return, use those documents to go get a funding for their business or a loan for some kind of equipment or whatever. And then as you get more and more comfortable with that, you can offer more things. And what I like to teach our students to do is being a one-stop shop. So if your client comes to you and says, I need help setting up a new business, a new LLC, you can use some of our white labeled service partners to offer entity setup. That's normally what lawyers do, but you can actually offer to help your clients with that by connecting them with a lawyer or using a white labeled service. We also have that for QuickBooks products that you want to resell, and you can even do that with tax preparation as well, partnering with a local tax person and offering yourself as a middleman or a white labeling that service. So there's a lot of things you can do. A lot of things you can expand on. You can offer payroll. You can offer accounts receivable where you're helping them invoice their clients. You can offer accounts payable where you help them pay your bills. You can offer as much as you want, or you can keep it super simple. So lots of flexibility there. And we can guide you through all of that. April says, do you help us figure out how to find clients? Absolutely. Absolutely. We help you. We do not leave any stone unturned. So every single stage and every single part of starting, operating, growing, and managing your business, we help you with it the whole time. And our program is actually so incredibly helpful at every single stage that most of our students are continuing to stay in our program even after the 12 months because they love the support so much. And we always add additional things to help people no matter what stage that they're at, because we know that the reason everyone is doing this bookkeeping business is because they want to be home more with their kids. So if there's any way in which that we can help you reach your goals in a more graceful and easier and efficient way, we're going to do that. So helping find clients is one of the many things that we do help with in the Bookkeeper Academy. Great question. Let's see. Okay, if you aren't seeing the website, it is stayatHomeBookkeeper.com. Let me go ahead and put it up here. So that is what our website is. You can go straight to that. Sometimes when I post comments in here, it doesn't go through to all of the platforms. So if you are watching and you're not inside our Have Your Cake and Eat It Too Facebook group, you might not see all of the links that I'm posting here. Let's see. Someone said, Lydia said, yes, she just quit her corporate job and she replaced the income in the first 30 days. Yay, I'm so excited. That is fantastic. And I'm really glad that you have a call booked, Tracy. That's really great. I look forward to hearing how that goes. So please let us know. Keep us updated. Another question coming in from Tiffany Ware, our community manager. She says, how feasible is this to do while working a full-time job? Is it possible to continue working my full-time job while building up my bookkeeping business? Yes, it absolutely is. And I would say the good majority of our students they actually have a corporate job that they're trying to get out of so they can spend more time with their kids. So many of them are building this business in the background and working their corporate job. So is it easy in the beginning when you add this to your plate? No, it's not always super easy, but it's very worth it because you will very soon be able to quit that job. And everybody has a different comfort level on when to do that. But we've had a lot of students. Actually, the pattern that I notice the most is when they do finally see, okay, this bookkeeping business is legit. I actually really can do something with this. And then they have the confidence to quit their job. After that, their business explodes because what you focus on is what happens. So a lot of times people end up feeling hesitant at first when they're working their corporate job, but then once they decide to go ahead and take that leap and become a business owner full time, that's when their business really explodes. So, but it is very possible, and most people do grow it part time on the side. Casey James is one of our lead student mentors in the academy now, and she has been in the program for a couple of years and has an amazing business that she gets to do from home. I shared her story last week on the live, so if you want to go back and watch that one, you'll learn a little bit more in detail about her. But she grew her bookkeeping business on the side while she worked full-time in a veterinary clinic, and I think she's tripled, almost quadrupled her income from the vet clinic with her bookkeeping business before she left that job. So she was able to 4x what she was making at this clinic and work at the clinic and take care of her 2 kids before she decided to quit her job. And then she quit her job. And now, of course, she has so much time on her hands. So super, super exciting. She even has time. We were very grateful that she has come back. And now she shares her knowledge and her experience and helps coach other people that are new in the academy as well. So really exciting stuff. Great question. So April asked, how much does it cost? So we have different options depending on what your goals are and what's going to be the best fit for you. So what we prefer to do is have you book a free strategy call so we can go over those options and help you determine which path is correct, the correct thing for you. Then from there, we'll let you know what the investment is and the different options for that investment. Some people prefer to pay in full. Some people prefer to use our funding specialist, and then that will vary on the monthly payments. So if you want to book a call with us, we'll go over all of that with you. If it's a great fit, great, you can move forward. If not, no big deal. Okay, this one says, for CFO level services, is there training available in the academy? So we offer CFO level services in the Elite Mastermind. That is where we focus on training you how to become a CFO. So it's taking the bookkeeping skills that you have learned and building on that so you can become a CFO. So if you are interested in learning more about a CFO level service, you'll want to book a call with us and we can go over the difference between the academy and the Elite Mastermind program that we have. So, but we do offer CFO training. We offer tax training and how to staff your business in the Elite Mastermind. So if you decide that this bookkeeping business is going to be like an empire for you, we can definitely help you get to that point as well. So, okay, awesome. These were great questions. And again, if you are still watching this or you're watching the replay, please comment replay. Please comment with your questions because I can always come back and answer you later on. But I am so excited for you guys. I'm sure you guys can see how excited I am. I'm so passionate about helping people take this journey and jump into this because it is so incredibly life-changing and it's so hard to put it into words. But if you think this is cool, I think it's exciting, definitely book a call with our team so we can take some time and just really talk about your family and your goals and how this would work and look for you. So if you haven't started any of your research yet, first grab my ebook, go back and watch some of the lives from previous weeks, book a call with us. You'll be good to go. So, all right, guys, I got to run today. Again, though, please comment if you have more questions, and I will be happy to help you and to answer them for you. And don't forget, the bookkeeping business is the #1 most profitable business that you can run. All right, thanks, guys. I'll see you all next week.